Hello, this is Mesh from Downtime Distractions, having a first look at Gurgamoth. So this title comes out 17th of Feb 2016 on Steam, and it's brought to us by Galvanic Games. Price, I believe, is going to be $9.99 US. So before we have a look at some gameplay, I'll put the subscription button bottom left hand corner. Please subscribe, it helps us out. Let us begin. Okay, so here we go, some gameplay footage. So with this, I am just doing a voiceover, as it wouldn't do it justice if I tried to play it and talk at the same time. So, Gurgamoth. What is Gurgamoth? It's a local player only brawler. So there is no single player, there's no campaign, there's no multiplayer over a network. So if you're going to purchase this game, get it with the intention in mind to play it with friends or family at home or wherever you're going to play it. Obviously it will be probably quite good on the Steam Big Picture, so you could put it on a big screen. But yeah, as I say, it's only co-op local, nothing else, and it only works with controller. Well, it does work with keyboard, but you wouldn't, right? I mean, the difference between keyboard and controller for this game is going to be a lot. So a couple controllers and you're away. So I guess this game, the actual combat is quite minimal. So you only have 3 moves that you can do, but it's the actual levels that provide the depth. Like this one, for example, here. Obviously, the easiest way to kill someone here is to knock them into the spinning cogs of doom. So every level, I think there's 7 levels, and each have their own mechanic. So there's some which, as time goes on, they start shrinking down, so you really got to know and know the direction you're going in, and there's some real tight flying mechanics in there. So yeah, the concept is to survive and kill all your enemies, your friends and family. Sacrifice them to the god Gurgamoth. Okay, so here's another level. I wanted to show you this before I go in depth, and I'll actually show you how to play it in game mechanics. But I guess, as well as the level, there's other components which are going to sculpt the gameplay and the mechanics. You have the buffs. They kind of fly in randomly, and they do different things. Some of them, if you hit them, they'll freeze the enemy. Some of them, they'll make you immune for a little bit of time. Things where you hit a spiked ball, you hit a ball and it turns into a bigger spiked ball, and that can kill your enemies. So there's lots of mechanics added into it. So I say the basic mechanic of the player is only 3 actions. So that's obviously very small. But I guess the fast pace of it and the unique levels and all the buffs that are going to come out, it actually is going to be very intense, especially if you have more than 2 players. If you start getting 3 and 4, it's going to be crazy. I think that as well, I mean, in essence, whilst you could look negatively on a game for not having a single player and over the network, this game is going to be so fast and in such a tight area. You know, the local co-op is possibly the only way you could do it. And I've seen the devs mention that in the forums as well. People have suggested, are you ever going to open it up to the network? And I can see their point. They're saying it's probably, you know, it's going to be difficult to do because it's such a fast reaction game. It would be very difficult to do this. Their milliseconds is going to make all the difference in this game. So let me just give you an in-depth look at the mechanics, and then we'll go into positives and negatives. Alrighty, so that was a look at the basic gameplay of what the actual combat looks like, but I'll go in a bit more in depth into the actual mechanics, the buffs and your abilities. So this is the selection screen where you can choose the character you want to be. So you got a few options. Thrag, he looks pretty cool, it's like an old Viking. Some really cool designs there. Quite like this guy. So what I'm going to do is because you have to have multiple players, you can't do this single player obviously, so I'll use my keyboard to activate another character. So I primarily just doing this so I can show you these abilities and what we have to deal with here. So these are the levels you can choose from. So you got that one, which is all the spikes are covered initially, but you can break them away. So that's probably my favorite one. The spinning cogs of doom, which are not too good. Well, as in not too good if you go in front of them. That one is probably the most, I guess, noob friendly, because that's all sponges. So you're just bouncing off it, and your only way to kill people with this is the actual spiky ball in the middle. That one has spikes and sponges, so it's kind of it's not too bad. That one has electricity everywhere, so that one's pretty hard. That one's obviously lasers of doom, and this one has a whole lot of spikes, and it closes in on you real quick. Actually, some of these close in on you as well. I think this one does. Yeah. Okay, so let's choose that one, but what we can do as well, we can tweak these settings here. So auto balance. Auto balance is when you kill somebody, they gain another chance to do another ability, which I'll show you. Power-ups, so we'll increase that, so I'll make that high, and victory points, we'll make it 5. So I've got a good chance to show you what's going on. Okay, so these are the basics. The only 3 abilities you have. So you got the attack, which can also be used as a kind of a getaway, because you can do 3 attacks at once and make a getaway, but you could also use dodge for the same purpose. And then you got a stun as well. So let me just show you those. So I'm using obviously the left stick on my gamepad, because obviously gamepad only, to move around, so it's pretty quick. And so the attack looks like that. So you get 3 charges of that, and it'll it has a bit of a cooldown, comes back. And then you also have that dodge, so you can actually travel through things when you're using a dodge. And if you do it twice, so you have the bit of a stun in there, and it takes their abilities away. So I can smash this dude around with the attack. I can do it all day long, and he's not going to die. You actually get the kill by smacking him into spikes, like like that. So there you go. So you can also kill them other ways as well, by smacking them into the other environmental dangers, and also when there's certain buffs which kill them. So now you see I've lost an ability, and he's still got 3. So that's going to increase. I'm going to lose. I guess it's just, as it says, it's an auto balance. So it really helps if you're behind. Okay, and these are the buffs. So this one here is a laser. A laser of doom, so you obviously want to get out of the way there. Oh, didn't get him. This one here is really cool. I like this one. It changes the screen, splits it, and that's when things are flying around. That is really confusing. Not actually sure what this one does. So I've got a timer on me. Maybe it's okay. I see. So you can use the buff your abilities in constantly with that going. And I've actually activated that other. It's not really a buff. That one is just another environmental danger. So with those ones, you can hit them, and you want to hit them into your enemy. Let's try and get it. And they go quite quickly. So you get 2 or 3 people smashing those around, and that's going to be really dangerous really quickly. So you see I've actually got more abilities now, because he's winning even though he doesn't exist. And this one is slow motion. I like this one too. It's really good. It happens at always a fantastic time. And this one is ice, so you can freeze them, and that's a area of effect. So if you're in that area, you're going to get it too. So this is what I was talking about. So it's got the spikes, and you got them. So that's a simple way to look at that one. I think that's probably all the buffs we got. Let's have a double check. I think that's everything. So the lasers are this one here. I think that one is, yeah. It gives you an extra life. More of it gives you health, however you want to look at it. So I think that's all of them. When this is multiple people going, it's just madness, and I think there's going to be a really high skill level for this game. If you get into it, you're going to get people that get really good. So that's the basics of the abilities and the power-ups. And I'm not going to go into every level, as I kind of went over it briefly there, just to give you an idea of what's in them. And I've awakened Gurgamoth. So let us begin with the positives, negatives of this game, and let's wrap it up after that. So as I always do, let's start with graphics. So graphically, the menu system, the level design, the characters, the hazards, the environment hazards that you're interacting with, the I guess the creatures or the bonuses, the buffs that pop into the world, it's all done. I guess it seems like the developers had a great passion, and it's all come up very well. It's a very attractive looking game, but it's also amusing, and it's gratifying as well, because it all works, has a really nice synergy between it all. So graphically, I think they've done a really good job. I mean, you wouldn't say it's next generation graphics, yay, but it's designed so well. It's exactly what you want for a game like this. So I think graphically it's really good. Okay, let's move on to audio. Audio is high quality in everything that I heard. The sound of the assets fits perfectly, and the soundtrack, whilst it's good, it's not too in your face. It's almost as if you don't notice it, because it fits so well. So they picked a lot of good tracks to actually to match and suit the game. They do also build the tension as well, so they do affect you. So once again, I mean, that's a really good result. Audio, so graphics and audio, I'm saying, is really good at the moment. But let's get into the gameplay, because that's where it gets a little tricky. Okay, so gameplay. Now when I say it's tricky, I'll get into that in a minute. But so gameplay, it's a lot of fun. I really liked it, and the fast pace of it, it will make you keep coming back for more. I mean, it's simple, so you can get into it, but I think there's going to be a really high skill level for this game. So after a couple hours of it, you're going to start having some marathon matches that go on and on until the environment squeezes you down. So it's going to be cool. Yeah, there's going to be, I think, a lot of laughs in this game. But yeah, when I say it's tricky, it's going to be tricky because the reality is it's local co-op only. So unless you have some siblings, other family members, or some friends that regularly pop round, this is going to be a hard sell. The current price, I believe it's coming out at $9.99 US, which is a good price for me. This game, I say, graphically I like it, audio I like it, and gameplay I really like it, and I think the price is right. But it's really based upon your personal situation. If you're living in a town away from your friends currently, you're not going to play this game at all. But if you regularly have people over, this game will be awesome to get a couple controllers, put it on the big screen, so put it in the lounge on a nice big TV, and this will be an awesome game. Or even at a LAN party, between Call of Duty or whatever you're playing, fire this up and it'll be a whole lot of laughs. As I say, I think that skill level is going to be high, so you're going to have some marathon matches that go and go and go. So it'll be real cool. So as I say, I like this game. I think it's really good. But take your personal situation into consideration for the purchase, and I'll leave it there. So give me a like if you liked it. Give me some comments, and subscribe for some more updates and upcoming games. And we'll see you next time.